Absolutely, please.
I just request your permission to read out the names of this journalist, just the names, because I think their names should be heard, because these are just not names, but they were killed because they were doing their job properly. And since 2004, but there are more journalists who were killed before 2004, and I'm just limiting to 2004 to 2010 because the document basically deals with the crimes committed by the current rulers actually. 2004, Ayature Nadesan from Batikalo, Kandasamy Ayer Balanadaraja from Colombo, Lanka Jayasundara, a journalist from Colombo, Dharmaratnam Sivaram, killed in Colombo, Kannamuthu Arasakumar, a media worker from Matupala, Kalmune, Relangi Selvaraja, a journalist from Colombo, David Selvaratnam, a media worker from Colombo, Yogakumar Krishna Pillai, a media worker from Batikalo, L.M. Falil, a writer from Batikalo, K. Navaratnam, a media worker from Jaffna, Subramaniam Suhirtharajan, a journalist from Trincomalee, S.T. Gananathan, the patron of the Tamil News and Information Center from Jaffna, Bastian George Sagedas, media worker from Jaffna, Rajaratnam Ranjit Kumar, media worker from Jaffna, Sampad Lakmaldi Silva, a journalist from Colombo, Mariadasan Manojan Raj, a media worker from Jaffna, Satasivam Bhaskaran, a media worker from Jaffna, Sinnatambi Siva Maharaja, media owner from Jaffna, S. Ravindran, media worker from Jaffna, Subramaniam Ramachandran, a journalist from Jaffna, Chandrabose Sudhakar, a journalist from Vaunia, Selaraja Rajivarman, journalist from Jaffna, Sahadevan Nilakshan, a journalist from Jaffna, Anthony Pillai Sherin Sithiranjan, media worker from Jaffna, Vadivelu Nimalaraj, media worker from Jaffna, Isevili Champion, journalist from Kilinochchi, Suresh Limbio, media worker from Kilinochchi, T. Dharmalingam, media worker from Kilinochchi, W. Gunasingha, a journalist from Kabitigolla, North Central Province, Paranirupasingham Devakumar, journalist from Jaffna, Muhammad Rasmi Maharuf, journalist from Anuradhapura, Rasaya Jayendiran, journalist from Mulathiv, Lasantha Vikramatunga, journalist from Colombo, Punyamurthy Satyamurthy, journalist from Mulathiv, Sasi Madan, media worker from Mulathiv, Nallaya Maheswaran, media worker from Mulathiv, Marianayagam Anton Benedict, and his whole family was killed in this incident. And there's no one, we could even get a photograph of him from Mulathiv. Rajkumar Mary Densi, media worker from Mulathiv. Jayaraja Susidara Sugandhan, media worker from Mulathiv. Arulappan Anthony Kumar, media worker from Mulathiv. Thuresingham Tarshan, media worker from Mulathiv. Isai Priya, also known as Shobana Dharmaraja, a journalist from Mulathiv. Tirukulasingham Tavabalan, journalist and political activist from Mulathiv. Prageet Eknaligoda, journalist from Colombo. And these are all not just names, but everyone involved, and everyone mentioned in this list as a family, people who are looking for justice, who have not been given justice. And we are here, as journalists for democracy in Sri Lanka, I am here to emphasize the need for justice, because this is what we lack for decades. And I come from a generation which went through a massacre where 60,000 got killed, and we didn't get justice. And Tamil people have been living through genocidal policies, getting killed on a daily basis until 2009, and then this genocidal process continues, but there's no justice. And the Muslim people who have been targeted routinely by the racist thugs sponsored by the governments and state, and now languishing in prisons under draconian laws like Prevention of Terrorism Act in hundreds, they have not got justice. And what shape our lives in Sri Lanka is actually not the way we live, the way my people in the country live, but the way people died. And to change that, we need justice. And that is all that, we have been talking about democracy, we are talking about quite a lot of things, but justice has been missing, which connects one decade to another, and that decade to the next decade is not traditions of fraternity, traditions of solidarity. But what connects all these decades is actually the crimes that were committed and the terror that we have witnessed from the state. And the legacy of Sri Lanka is a legacy of terror, a legacy of unspeakable crimes. And all these crimes need, people who survive these crimes need justice. Thank you very much.